Много ви благодаря.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Today is going to be another really interesting day because our tour of Bulgaria continues. So for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Laurie and I abandoned New York City for a tiny farm in Bulgaria. If you'd like to check out videos strictly on farm life, you can switch over to those now. There's many videos that I've gathered over the months and now years, actually 2-3 years that I've been on the farm. Today, however, I decided to switch things up and show you something that blew my mind. So this is the biggest Pazar in Bulgaria. It's found in Dimitrovgrad, and I don't know how many of you guys have been to Turkey, to Kapalachirshia, but this is as close to Kapalachirshia as we're going to get. So there is food, as you can see, which we're going to get to a little bit later, but it's mainly for clothes, shoes, no livestock like you guys saw earlier, but some really weird like metal things that I don't know what they are used for, car parts, brooms, olive oil. There's also an old section that sells old school stuff, things that you would find in old farmhouses. Unfortunately, it was closed. It was disturbing because that's actually what we went for, so I was really disappointed. But it's okay. We still had a really interesting day, which I'm real excited to share with you guys. For those of you guys who have been with me before, you know that this is our Pazar, the one that we go to with Baba, both my Babas. And these Pazars are mainly for food. More specifically, farm fresh fruits and vegetables, and everything's very seasonal, but we'll get into that later. For now, I want to just jump right into the video. Just real quick, if you guys would like to subscribe, just make sure you click that little bell toggle or else you probably won't get notifications on new videos every Sunday. Now, let's jump right in.
Забрана за продажба на живи животни и храни. Чули? Не мога да продавам. Сега сме в, как се казва този, битовия пазар. Битака.
Now this is something close to my heart. These are called mikichki, some of them are buchtichki, and it's what my babas would make for us when we were little, and they still do to this day. We enjoy this on the farm regularly. I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Some of you guys have actually messaged me that you've made them, but they're something like, I guess, Italian zeppolis, the things that you get on street fairs. They are fried dough, and you can put deep fried dough with powdered sugar or whatever else you enjoy on top. So a couple of my family members who visited this Pazar years ago said that people would actually smuggle in live animals like ducks, chickens, goats, and who knows what else, which, I mean, you know, A, it can cause diseases, and B, to me that's pretty severe animal abuse. I mean, there has to be regulations, hence the sign out front. So right now you guys can see that things are relatively controlled. And when I say controlled, I'm using that word very loosely because, as you guys can see, it's pretty much the wild, wild west out here.
This is called horlinka, which is like a flatbread with butter and garlic. Yeah. On a grill. Have you ever on a grill? Shishchita. What is this? Cow stomach and butter. And garlic and zucchini fried. And again, cheap vegetable. My favorite. The cow tread soup. And cheese with jam.
So I hope that kind of at least help decipher the puzzle of all of these crazy foods that you guys are seeing right here. Everything that you're seeing is actually very traditional Bulgarian, and a little background story on the Bulgarian tripe soup. It is very weird. It is actually oil, milk, garlic, vinegar, cow stomach, tripe, all of that good stuff mixed together, and it has a very, very, very strong smell, which, if you're not used to it, can be pretty intense. And I do think it's an acquired taste, because when I was little, I remember the first time I tried it, I was absolutely repulsed. I thought it was disgusting. My dad told me try it again a second time. I tried it again. I still was repulsed, maybe a little bit less, but still. The third time I tried it, and I fell in love. So it's an acquired taste, and it's really delicious. Now what you're seeing here is a comparison to our Pazar. I've showed you guys this a couple times before, but I want to make the comparison so you can see how much more organized and controlled, I guess I can say, everything is here in the Pazar in Sofia. Here we have everything from the farm that's seasonal. This is more fall and winter foods before you saw some summer foods in the beginning. And there is more control. What you're seeing in Dimitrovgrad, again, it's the wild, wild west, and pretty much anything goes. This again was a continuation of the Pazar in Sofia. This is not always here, but you guys can get an idea of how organized and again controlled everything is. Just wait until you see what's happening in Dimitrovgrad. We're going to continue with the Bituf Pazar, and then we're going to head over to the clothing Pazar. And honestly, I felt like I was back in Turkey and Egypt, and it was awesome. And voila! Welcome to Bulgaria's Kapalı Çarşıya. I know it's pronounced Kapalı Çarşı, but I like to say Kapalı Çarşıya. I don't know, since I was little. But for those of you guys who don't know, Kapalı Çarşıya is the biggest Grand Bazaar in Turkey, and it's a whole world of its own. It's incredible. If you haven't gone, you have to visit. So this is our version of Turkey's Kapalı Çarşıya. As a matter of fact, we are right on the border with Turkey, so a lot of these clothes that you see here are from Turkey. We have some that are supposedly imported from Italy, but I'd say like 99% of what you see here is imported from Turkey. And what's really interesting is you have everything. You saw just seconds ago, you have ballroom dresses, you have pajamas, you have underwear, you have clothes for one lef, which is like 70 US cents. You have clothes for hundreds of levove. Now, what I'm trying to show you guys here, what really struck me is that the Pazar changes drastically the further you go in. So again, just moments ago when we walked in, you saw things seem to be a little bit more organized. And as you keep going inside, you start having clothes on the floor, people sitting around selling their clothes. The rules seem to be loosening the more you go into the Pazar. And actually, when we turn this corner right here pretty soon, you're going to see that the street ends and you're actually on a dirt road. And there are people that had their clothes displayed in not plastic bags, but in sheets. And they would just grab those sheets when it's time to leave and head home, which was really cool to see. Again, the wild, wild west. And we got lost at one point. It's massive. So we started following this cool lady right here that was dragging, I had no idea, I assumed it was clothes, but she was dragging this sack for, I can't tell you how long. So we decided that she must know where she's going, and maybe she knows something that stands out as pretty interesting. Turns out, I think she actually is a dealer. She stopped right here at this store, and I guess she supplies the clothes. I have no idea. I didn't actually stop to ask her. while we explore all the little nooks and crannies of this Pazar, I want to tell you a cool story about Zanzibar. So we were actually in Zanzibar last summer for my birthday, and they didn't have as many markets like this for clothes. I'm sure they exist, but the places that we went didn't have them as much. They had huge markets just for fish, and I'm talking incredible tropical fish that I've never seen before live in my life. So I want to get to the point that every country seems to have their own char in Bulgarian. Char is charm, and you can really feel the life and get an idea of what the country is like through their pazars. Bulgaria, we're all about food, so we have a lot of food pazars, and we're very close to Turkey, so we have a lot of oriental pazars going on. Имаме чанта вече. И ние станахме едни от тях. Още малко и количка. Пантерата ми намери. Now we're going to walk back over to the Bитов Pazar. We heard that there was a section that we hadn't seen before that's on a lawn and sells only car parts, which Dita wanted to check out. It turned out that I think we were a little bit late for the car parts Pazar. Most of the things were already gathered up. These Pazars work only on Sundays, and pretty much by noon things start selling out and people start packing up, maybe a little bit past noon, the afternoon, but you want to make sure you go early morning. Well, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed our Pazar adventure. I thought it was really cool. I felt, again, like I was in the wild, wild west, oriental west, I should say. Definitely different than the farm and a nice getaway. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.